5-0 lead. Here's
The consensus among just about everyone who's watched baseball is that Shohei Ohtani is pretty good at it. The last time we've seen a two-way player like Ohtani was just about when the first crossword puzzle was invented. That player was
some lady named Ruth. Baby Ruth.
Also known as the Great Bambino, or the Sultan of SWAT. Wait, why is Paul Skenes on my crossword puzzle about Babe Ruth references in The Sandlot? Paul Skenes went to El Toro High School in Southern California. For some California locals, though, El Toro isn't just a high school, but rather it's a piece of skater slang. Michael Gonzalez, Toro's baseball coach, observed that when Skenes got called up to the varsity squad as a sophomore, he wasn't really a pitcher. Instead, he played mostly catcher and third base. The reason? Well, El Toro just simply didn't have any catchers who could catch his velocity. This is surprising, given that El Toro is known for producing defensive specialists. But I guess the alum that actually represents the catcher position at El Toro is Adrian Beard, the voice actor for Token Black on South Park.
Damn it, come on! Somebody catch the ball!
But, to be fair, Skenes was throwing some real cheddar. With that type of an arsenal, once he actually got to the mound, Skenes was dominant, posting a .67 ERA his junior season, which earned him numerous honors. His senior season did not disappoint either, hurling 27 innings and only allowing 1 earned run. And he also showed off his batsman skills, smashing 3 home runs. And by the time he graduated, he could essentially be played at all 9 positions. This is, well, kind of an El Toro tradition. See, El Toro alumni Austin Romine's brother, Andrew Romine, actually played all 9 positions in a single MLB game.
Short to second, he caught, he pitched, and now first base.
Skenes' legacy at El Toro extends beyond traditional baseball endeavors. Each year, El Toro students play in a Halloween game. Coach Gonzalez claims his favorite costume was Skenes' senior year fit, where he dressed up as Morris Buttermaker from the Bad News Bears. Though, I think his junior year costume serves him better. The MLB draft and college recruitment in 2020 was weird. The draft was shortened from the typical 20 rounds to only 5. El Toro's athletic director claims Skenes would have been drafted absent the shortened draft. Regardless, it said that Skenes got offers from Power 5 schools, but in response, he said,
"Not so fast! You're not dealing with an ordinary fry cook!"
And it's true. Skenes never did star in Robert Redford's Ordinary People, given that he wasn't ordinary on the diamond, nor was his college process. Since early in high school, Skenes' mind was set on ultimately attending a military academy, since he comes from a military family, with 2 uncles having served in the Navy and another in the Coast Guard. In his words, he settled on the Air Force Academy to serve and be part of something greater than himself. But that's slightly controversial. Anyways, the Academy is where Skenes blossomed into a legitimate two-way player.
Fatality. Brutality.
Skenes was historic. Just look at his slash line his freshman year over 48 games. Sure, his batting average dipped his sophomore year, only because he had a more significant role as a pitcher, throwing 60 more innings than the year prior. From his freshman to sophomore season, Skenes actually switched from a relieving role to a starter, and he was exceptional at both. His sophomore season especially stands out. In just about every pitching category, he led his team. Wins, ERA, strikeouts, WHIP, hits per 9, and the list goes on. For a great 2022, Skenes was awarded the College Two-Way Player of the Year award, which is named after a former MLB great.
Spooky.
Now to see who's behind all this. The Duke of Strathmore.
John Olerud was the mystery man under the helmet, and he played like that at first base all throughout the 90s till the late 2000s. But before his days wearing a helmet, he dominated college as a two-way player. And he was so good, in fact, that the Two-Way Player Award was invented and named after him. Now, let's go back to Paul. After a sophomore season, Skenes elected to enter the transfer portal. It all happened when Admiral Kane, a senior official in the Navy, regarded,
The end is inevitable, Maverick.
what really happened is that Skenes realized that for his professional baseball career to pan out, he would need to leave the Air Force, since military academies require service obligations post-graduation. To be clear to service, students need to skedaddle before their junior year. So he did. When Skenes hit the transfer portal, there was nobody more popular than him. All of LSU, including Coach Jay Johnson, demanded,
Bring me that
Skenes wanted intense competition, so he selected Louisiana State University. After all, LSU competes in the SEC, and for context, out of the 14 teams in the SEC, 8 teams made it to the College World Series Super Regionals. Skenes also chose the Tigers because he was familiar with their stadium. In fact, Skenes' first appearance as a pitcher came in LSU's Alex Box Stadium during the opening weekend of the 2021 season. It was eventful. Dylan Cruz hit a home run off of him, but that was not enough to prevent Skenes from earning the save.
He strikes out swinging, and Air Force comes from behind a couple of times to beat the LSU Tigers.
Surely LSU would let Skenes continue blossoming as a two-way player. No. The Tigers had other plans and played an Uno reverse card.
Not so fast! You're not dealing with an ordinary fry cook.
LSU elected to cut Skenes' batman skills. The theory was simple. If Skenes allocated all of his energy on one side of the game, he could dominate even more. And it worked. Skenes himself said that two-weighing is very taxing on the body, so focusing exclusively on pitching allowed him to feel better for each start. Skenes' improvement speaks for itself. To show how dominant he was, we can look to Ks per 9 innings. Now, let's see what it was truly like to hit off the right-hander. Skenes' arsenal with LSU consisted of a blazing 100-mile-per-hour fastball, an 88-mile-per-hour wipeout slider, and a 92-mile-per-hour power changeup.
Finish him! Flawless victory. Well done.
Hey! Come on, man! That's too easy!
It's no wonder why Skenes threatened to win the Triple Crown for college pitching, and it's no wonder why Skenes ultimately dominated the College World Series. To have a chance to make the College World Series, teams first compete in the double elimination regional opening round. LSU was tasked with defeating Tulane in their first game, and Skenes was set to pitch. There was a lot of pressure. In these regional games, starting pitchers are required to pitch as far as they can in order to preserve a team's bullpen, given that teams play 3 or 4 games in just about 5 days. Skenes definitely understood the assignment.
High chopper. Ball game is over, and he's done it. Paul Skenes goes the distance.
And then, 8 days later, he had to pitch again in the first game of the best-of-3 series against Kentucky. Up until this point, Kentucky was solid, with 40 wins and 19 losses. In fact, Kentucky had beaten LSU 13-10 earlier in the season at Alex Box. Admittingly, the stakes were lower then in a regular season game. Now, both teams competed for a shot to send themselves to the College World Series. So, let's see what Skenes did.
To it back in April. It stayed down.
The regional gets Paul Skenes.
There New Orleans, and then Swing and a miss for Smith. Strikeout number 8 for Skenes. Paul Skenes' night is done in his last home game here at the box. And he leaves with a 14-0 lead.
Skenes pitched LSU's first game in Omaha. He faced a tough Tennessee lineup, one that he was already familiar with from SEC play. His best game, though, came against Wake Forest, in a game which determined the team advancing to the finals. LSU and Wake Forest already developed a rivalry. A day earlier, LSU defeated the Demon Deacons 5-2. Yet, Wake Forest established themselves as a worthy rival on the 19th, where they beat the Tigers 3-2. Everything was on the line, and with Skenes on 5 days rest, anything could happen.
I'm him.
Skenes, fastball on the corner. Quickly, and then that happens. That's it, the new SEC single season record. 2-2, Skenes, good pitch there, a slider. He picks up 3 strikeouts. His coach at Air Force probably could have seen this one coming.
Skenes' masterpiece, along with his other performances, earned him the title of the most outstanding player of the College World Series. Oh yeah, and LSU won the College World Series, so he was a national champion.
Overall, the Tigers can say, we are champions.
It's difficult to project what any MLB prospect will become, but one thing is certain about Paul Skenes. The Pittsburgh Pirates think he's going to be great.
The 2023 MLB draft, the Pittsburgh Pirates picked Paul Skenes, right-handed pitcher from LSU.
But one bigger question for Skenes still lurks. Will he be the next two-way player? Let's wrap this up and get the answer from Skenes himself.
Do you have any Ohtani dreams in your mind? Do you think that you could do something like that and do both?
Absolutely. Yeah, I've hit my whole life and obviously started pitching in the last few years, and I've done both for the past few years and want to continue to do both as long as I can.